So my day-to-day work on the Alma commissioning that I do basically involves using a computer to analyse this data that we're getting from our water vapour measuring systems to try and work out if the software that we've written to do the calibration has been optimised. So it's a very nice combination for me of analysing some astronomy data, but also actually analysing some technical data that backs it up and trying to work out if it's making a difference. So I write computer programs, I plot graphs, I try and work out if it's having the desired effect, if we need to change anything about the way that we write the code in order to improve things. It's a very nice piece of work to do.
Why do I like being an astronomer? Because you have to shout really loudly most of the time because there's some big telescope moving around. What fascinates me really about astronomy is dealing with the large data volumes that we have, that get extracting information out of some very small signal and extracting some really interesting information about the universe out of that data set, and being able to write and use massive computers to do this. To be an astronomer in the 21st century, you need to use a computer. There is no way about it. You could be a theorist. I'm not saying, you could be a fantastic theorist and come up with some idea, but really, if you want to prove your idea, you need to be able to analyze real data.
Yeah, so the site at Chile is very high-tech. As I said before, it's set up at 2,800 meters for the main working, so you work remotely, you don't work actually at the telescope. When you're working at nearly 3,000 meters, it's okay, you're mostly unaffected by altitude sickness, but you are a little bit less intelligent than usual. So doing basic planning is a little bit more difficult, and sleeping is sometimes a little bit hard. Going up to 5,000 meters though is a real challenge, and for me I found it quite a struggle actually. You have to have an oxygen monitor on your finger to make sure that your blood oxygen saturation level remains high enough, that your body kicks in and lets you breathe enough. And for me it didn't really work very well, so I had to resort to an oxygen cylinder. But they have a fully trained medical staff there, so if anything goes wrong they know what to do and they'll take you down the mountain straight away. So how did I become a radio astronomer? Well, I always liked science at school, and I always enjoyed doing physics, so I carried on doing that at university with an idea that one day I might do a PhD, and so I did. I carried on, did a PhD in astrophysics, and it just so happened that I specialised in radio astronomy. It wasn't a particularly deliberate choice, and in fact it doesn't really matter what branch of astronomy you move into, it's all just generally trying to answer questions about how the universe works. So there's many different types of astronomy. I don't see myself as purely a radio astronomer. I am an astronomer. I happen to use radio waves most of the time. So if you're interested in becoming an astronomer in future, if you're at school now and thinking about which options you might take, it's very important to bear in mind that you're going to need lots of maths and lots of sciences in your GCSE and A-level choices. So if you don't particularly like these subjects, then it's unlikely that you're going to thrive. But if you do like sciences and you do like maths, then you should look for those. But also you can work on these big projects by doing a variety of different things. You can be a computer software writer and work on these telescopes, or an engineer working on building these big projects. So there's many different ways into this if you're interested. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say to you today. I look forward to seeing you at the exhibition in London. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening. That's all from me now, and maybe I'll see you in the exhibition in July.
Thank you for listening, and I might see you at the Summer Science exhibition in July.
And that's a wrap.